Hello once again, and welcome to another episode of South by Sudvest. I'm Mr. Cellophane. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Before we get started, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. Please and thank you. We start on the page of Tim Boss, our goalkeeper. He became our goalkeeper on deadline day back at the end of August because we sold our first choice. He was our backup. We elevated him, and even though, statistically speaking, 24 appearances, 40 conceded, he has made 80 saves and kept 3 clean sheets, considering we hadn't kept any up until that point. Even though the stats don't really show it, when Tim Boss is in there, I feel confident that saves are going to be made. Now, obviously, is he making all of them? No. We have the 15th best defense in a league of 18 teams. Fine. But he's middle of the pack as far as saves parried, as far as saves held. He's got to be up there on saves tips, I would think, as well. And the expected saves, he is well overperforming that as well. So we have rewarded him with a new contract. He's now signed $1,800 a week until 2028. And the best part is he's agreed to backup money. So if we do find ourselves a superior starting goalkeeper, not that there's a lot wrong with Boss. He's a very solid keeper for this level. We were having defensive issues, which I think we have handled with our new formation, and we're going to talk a little bit about that in just a second as well. But he's taking less money. He was actually making, I think, either $2,000 or $2,100 a week. We got him to take less money to extend his current contract. So at the very worst, we have an incredibly capable backup in the 31-year-old. How have we done? Only 3 matches off camera because we kind of split the last 8 into 2 little sizable chunks. The first was against Wiesbaden. So they got the scoring started. Amin Farouk got behind the defense, which problematic, but okay, it's going to happen from time to time. Right at the very end of the first half, so we were trailing 1-0, but then Fellhauer got the ball on the right side. He lobbed it up the sideline, put it in the space where only Joshua Mies could collect it. He then squared it to Brunker, who slotted it home in the 50th minute, but then they were able to take the lead in the 95th minute, and I don't normally do this, but I've got to show you this goal because it's just frankly wild. Off of the corner, it gets cleared. May's shot deflects off of Liancourt right into the path of Kovacevic, and he blew it home. I mean, literally, there weren't even seconds left. It was a last gasp effort. If we had cleared the ball, the match would have been over, and we would have had at least a point. So we were a bit hard done in this one, even though obviously the XG story shows just how dominant in the first half of Wiesbaden was. We did come on obviously a bit in the second, but in the end, they ended up on the good side of that. Now, we took on Braunschweig next at home. And the last 2 times we played them, we beat them 5-0. You'll see the score was only 2-1 as Lukas Schnellwacher announced his return to the lineup with a goal in the 16th minute. And then a very well-worked ball by Gindorf, pass to Rizzuto, in the middle to Samir Shaheen, 2 minutes into the second half to make it 2-1. Yosef Amin scoring a goal for Braunschweig. Now, one of the things with Braunschweig is they run a 4-2-3-1. I'm going to go back to the schedule here. And before the Braunschweig game, and since we made the switch especially, but even before, against the 4-2-3-1, we really did not have a lot of success. A 3-0 loss at home to Hertha Berlin. A 3-1 loss at home to Nuremberg. A 2-1 loss at home again to Kaiserslautern. And a 2-1 loss to Wolfsburg, who was playing back at that time. It looks like they may be playing a 4-2-2 for this match. 3-0 to Hertha Berlin. Every time we played a 4-2-3-1, regardless of what formation we were using here in the start of the season. Nuremberg, 4-2-3-1, a 1-2 loss. We had never beaten a 4-2-3-1, which makes me wonder, what did Braunschweig do? Oh, they were 5-2-1-2 the last time we played them. So against the 4-2-3-1, we came up with a new variation of the tactic. It's very similar, but instead of having the single defensive back and 2 center midfielders, we drop one of our center midfielders back to make essentially a back 7. Yes, it's kind of a turtley, park the bussy type of thing. We do stay on the positive mentality. And then we moved, in this case, Gindorf was playing in the last match. But then we have, instead of another central midfielder, we have an attacking midfielder as an advanced playmaker to help link things up between the strikers up front. Now, nothing else has changed. It's just moving the one midfielder up and the other midfielder back. And it has been very, very successful for us. Now, as I was saying, where were we? So after that, we followed it up with, I can't believe we did this, a 3-1 victory on the road against Hanover, and the only reason they got a goal is because Gindorf made a terrible back pass. So, I mean, it was right in the path of Hollerbach, and it was such a good takeaway to us even get the ball. It was passed up to Gindorf, who passed it back just into no man's land. So it was 1-0, less than 5 minutes in, but a quick answer from Robin Fellhauer. A great give and go between Fellhauer and Gindorf. Fellhauer scoring his first goal of the season. 1-1 at the half. Early on, second half, though, it was Neubauer around the side to Martinovic, using his left foot to slot it home, his 9th of the year. Leopold played one in for Hanover, dinked it past Boss, but it ended up hitting the crossbar. That was their only real good opportunity in the match after that point. And then about at the 75-minute mark, we brought Brunker in place of Schnellbacher. A couple minutes later, he earned the penalty that Martinovic slotted into the bottom corner for his 10th of the year. We thought that Martinovic might have had the hat trick. It was a super tight offside. Like one that really should have gone to VAR, but for some reason did not. So that is where we are, my friends, as we get set to take on Wolfsburg. I realize I didn't advance far enough. Schalke picking up a win. So we're in 11th place on 37 points. We ended up with 43 points in 12th last year. We are trying to better our position from last year, and we still have 5 matches remaining with which to do so. Now, Wolfsburg has had a bit of an off year, and I did a little comparison, which was kind of hilarious. Our average transfer fee was like $25,000 paid. Their average transfer fee is $7 million. Our average salary is $3,400. Theirs is like $25,000. Absolutely ridiculous. The difference between Wolfsburg, who was newly relegated into this division, and again, we're supposed to be heavy favorites, like massively heavy favorites. But I don't know what happened. They've just absolutely fallen apart. So we are going to go with our typical formation here. Now we have a number of players who have been injured, so we're going to keep them out of the match here. Fine, I'll put Pinkert on the bench. So anybody who needs a fitness test is not going to be involved at all. Sickinger didn't have a great match last time, but I'm hoping he can redeem himself. It's going to be Boss and a back 5 of Neubauer, Leoncourt, Sickinger, Manu, and Fellhauer. Still nursing an injury is our good buddy Rafael Adieli, who it's kind of fallen off a little bit, the 20-year-old. Niederlander is going to be our defensive midfielder behind Samir Shaheen and Gindorf, with Schnellbacher and Martinovic. I usually like to have Schnellbacher on the attack there, but we are trying very hard to get Martinovic to obviously score goals. He's currently leading the team in 27 appearances. He's got 10. He's got 4 assists as well. He's got really good, for this level, he's got good finishing, good technique. His composure is good, but for some reason he was just missing the net a lot. But of course he did not have that problem in the last match. So we are going to submit this team and move forward. Now, if if Wolfsburg was trying to fool us and they've got a different formation than what we think they're going to run, then we will make the appropriate change. That's us, the 5-3-2. And Wolfsburg is running a 4-4-2. So this is going to be our first 4-4-2 in a little bit, I believe. My memory is failing me. I don't really remember opponent formations very much. It was just as I was going through, and really it was after we got killed by Hertha Berlin. I was like, what is it? And they just seemed to overrun us. It happened when we've played against the 4-2-4 as well, where our backline just could not handle all of the pressure they were being put on her. Martinovic gets under that one in the box, carries it out wide. Gindorf, Samir Shaheen, moves it to his left, still with it. Neubauer drops it back. Lee Young-Kor, Niederlander. Oh, Neubauer lost possession. But then to go back through the schedule and see that every single 4-2-3-1 we faced, we lost to, with the exception of Braunschweig. Then I just knew we had to. Well, obviously we hadn't done Braunschweig. That was the first and only time I have used that 5-2-1-2 formation, but it did. Well, it seemed to work. It seemed to plug those holes. Braun into the middle, looking for Cerny, but Boss is going to handle that rather easily. Ooh, I'm getting a little dry here. It is basically summer here in Pennsylvania. Martinovic drops it down. Gindorf, come on. Fellhauer. Oh, he had numbers and a little bit of speed. Manu, Niederlander, and Leonard Niederlander. He took a number of opportunities. He had two very good chances in the last match. He was starting to move a little bit further north on the pitch, for lack of a better phrase, and he took a couple of shots. One of them missed the target. The other was dead on, but saved by the goalkeeper. This one, an absolute perfect strike from 25 yards out. It's ELVERSBERG 1, Wolfsburg 0. Still a ton of football to play, so I'm not going to get overly excited about the position we are in, but it's basically one goal for them is kind of a free hit in a way. We're kind of playing with house money a little bit. Jens up to Czerny. Looking to feed Thiago Tomas. He finds him, beats Boss, but can't beat the post. Cleared to Paredes, into the middle, over Nemecha, and out for a goal kick. I mean, Boss handled him one-on-one, and I guess he didn't really give him enough to shoot at on that near side. So the post is your friend. Second goalkeeper out there. Thiago Tomas, very dangerous, though. Frankic, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not used to CHX in a row, but great save by Boss. And that's just what he does. Boss is, to me, just a steady. He looks like a real goalkeeper. He's steady. You rarely see him flop around. Schnellbacher, he's got Martinovic in, and there's Dominic Martinovic, his 11th goal. ELVERSBERG 2, Wolfsburg 0. And oh my goodness, I think we have finally found the formula to be successful here at ELVERSBERG. Now, we do have a not so insignificant number of players who want to explore their options. There aren't many players on our roster whose contract does expire at the end of this year. I think Salif Cisse is one of them, and maybe Yannick Rochelt, although I think we had re-signed him. Possibly either Fellhauer or Neubauer, but that is it. And I know we've got a very small pool to pick from when it comes to signing players, and we really haven't had a lot of luck with our youth intake. And we got our youth intake, by the way, which I totally forgot to show you, so we'll do that either after this match, if we have time, although I don't want the episode to be too long. Samir Shaheen getting it from Schnellbacher. Second assist of the night for Schnellbacher. ELVERSBERG 3, Wolfsburg 0. And we are essentially taking it to a Bundesliga side, or at least a side that was in the Bundesliga very recently. I don't know how much turnover there was at Wolfsburg after they got relegated, but this is absolute scenes. And oh my God, Niederlander's got a second. Short free kick. Gindorf found Niederlander, who found a seam. 4-0 ELVERSBERG. And we're still in the first half, my friends. I just cannot believe this. And like we're doing it. So we have 4 goals on like 0.64 XG. It's insane. Great steal there by Gindorf. He will lay it back. That was almost a terrible pass, but Boss controls it. Liancourt spreads it out left side. Neubauer, take your time, man. Like Schnellbacher just was never going to catch up to that. Czerny back for Jens. Lotka will survey the field and look to restart for Wolfsburg. Looking to go over the top to Nemecha. It's dealt with by Manu, but Nemecha gets it back. Gets past Manu, moves it to his right. Past Boss, but wide. And probably the best opportunity in a while. Yes, 0.67 XG. 4 shots on target. All of them in. And I am super happy with this performance. A triple change by Wolfsburg to start off this second half. We're gonna look to make changes just to get some fresh legs out there and maybe get some players a bit more game time experience. Sickinger, Schnellbacher, Martinovic. He may have been slightly offside. I wouldn't be surprised if the flag goes up, but it continues. Drops it back. Fellhauer along the sideline. Manu, Gindorf to his left. Gindorf still with it before dropping it. Niederlander trying to chip it forward, I guess. I'm going to say that was not an attempt on goal, although it went goalward, sort of. Czerny descended in. How is Neubauer only on a 6.6? And Cedric Sessinger. First goal of the season. Because, of course, ELVERSBERG 4, Wolfsburg 1 off of the corner. And this is something we do have to be careful of, is allowing them back into the match, because XG-wise, like, they're beating us, so they're getting opportunities, or at least they're getting opportunities of the same general caliber as us. Fellhauer to Niederlander. Niederlander dropping it back. Sickinger. Back ahead. Gindorf around the side. Martinovic, I think he's offside. He was. Flag goes up. Oh, I got a little water left. But 30 minutes left to go. Let's make ourselves some substitutions. Shaheen will come out. We will get Salif Cisse in there. Yannick Halps is going to come in place of Lars Gindorf. And who else do I want? Let's get Fellhauer out and Manuel File into this match. Now, File hasn't gotten as much playing time over the last couple of matches, just because either Fellhauer's been playing really well or he just has not been knackered. Neubauer hitting the side netting on that attempt. I guess Lotka saw that all the way. Free kick, 62nd minute. Czerny up ahead. Manu clears it, but not really. Played back. Czerny's got it. Taking the shot from range. It will skip out. Boss, I think, got his hand on it. So it's going to lead to a Wolfsburg corner. And they've already scored on one of these. We just have to keep our heads together and keep our personal intensity up. Cerny shot blocked, going through a sea of bodies. Verancic to Gabias. Boss with a massive save on that one. But Wolfsburg are starting to smell themselves a little bit. And I'm not sure exactly what we can do to stem that tide, because we really set things up. Great job by Schnellbacher. We really set things up to play our best against the team that we are facing and their system, like right off of the bat. Now, the one thing I am curious about is what system are they playing, as Thiago Tomas scoring his 5th, making it 4-2. And yeah, this isn't helping, only seeing our formation. They're still playing that 4-4-2. So they're still in that same formation. And they're knocking on the door again, except it's picked off by File. Playing in the middle, Martinovic. Back for Manu. Options in front, Niederlander to Cisse. Quickly out left, Neubauer Takes it into the box himself. Neubauer to Hops. He's blocked. Cisse's got it. He takes a shot. That's going to deflect out behind. It's going to be an ELVERSBERG corner. Still not overly concerned. We still have a 2-goal lead with 20 minutes remaining in this match. And we've generally played well, and they really have only gotten their opportunities off of set pieces. Cisse, deep. Looking back, post for File. Isn't going to find him. Cleared away. And it looked like we were getting that one back, but I guess we weren't going to have the kind of activity we would have needed to potentially score a goal. Our XG has definitely popped up. We've more than doubled it. We're just not getting those shots on, just the single shot on target in this second half, which is highly disturbing to me. Ball played, Schnellbacher up Martinovic. He's got 3 men around him. He dribbles past one before dropping it to Neubauer. Neubauer's in trouble of his own. Leoncourt, they're definitely putting more pressure on us. Neubauer to Cisse. Cisse looking for Schnellbacher in the box, and he's got him. Is it going to count? 8th of the year for Schnellbacher. If it does, was he offside? I think the flag stayed down. VAR says offside. And now watch, when they show the highlight, it's going to be obvious. Yeah, he was offside, but that was damn close. Not as close as Martinovic in the last match, but definitely close. Let's change up the instructions. We're gonna go slider, shorter, and we're gonna knock the tempo down just a little bit. We'll time waste a touch. We're gonna take off pass into space, be a little tidier with it. I have no problem playing for set pieces, and we're going to be a little bit more disciplined in these last 5 minutes and change, as they are most definitely pushing up higher. Niederlander over the top. He's got Martinovic. Martinovic has Schnellbacher next to him, finds him, but it's not going to be able to put on a good effort. A bit overcooked, I think, and a little bit wayward on that centering pass. Into the corner, looking for Schnellbacher. He's taken out by Schmitz. That's a penalty, and that is going to ice this match, because if we are successful, that will put us ahead by 3 with just a couple of minutes left. VAR has confirmed the decision. I believe it's going to be Martinovic. Again, no, it is File, and File scores. Lutka guessed right, but he powered it through. 8th goal of the season for File. So 11 for Martinovic, 8 for File, and 7 for Schnellbacher. They're leading the way. Now, we don't have someone who is scoring a ton of goals, but we really have spread them around. Have we scored a lot of goals this year? Not really. Have we scored enough to be as successful as we need to be? We certainly have. File in the corner. 4 minutes have been added on. Still 2+ to play. File gets away from his man. Hops with it. Knocked away by Amaoko. And that's another example of the poor decision-making of this team, which is something I hope that we can address in the transfer window. Just like poor decisions leading to getting dispossessed way too easily on dribbles. I probably should have turned off the short distribution. Doesn't matter. He's going to launch it. It's played ahead. Oh, Martinovic in space. One-on-one with the keeper. And it's wide. What a save by Lutka. He got a hand on that one. Martinovic robbed of his 12th of the year. Cisse's picked up a little bit of a knock, but he has indicated he wants to go on for these final couple of minutes. Played in to Leoncourt, knocked out. Neubauer keeping it in along the sideline. Got Yannick Hops back for Neubauer behind his man. The File, it blocks off of the defender and out. Another corner. Now this is, if they let us take it, we're up by 3. We've already played the 4 minutes that have been added on, but Neubauer with a chance. Leoncourt can't quite get it. It's cleared away. Tracked down by Cisse as the whistle blows. ELVERSBERG 5. Wolfsburg 2. Oh my word, can you believe it? We dominated them in possession. Our XG of 2.5, so we doubled that. 16 shots on goal, 8 on target. We were very good defensively in this match. Although we only won 71% of our tackles, but we did win the majority of the headers, and that's a good thing. Average rating of 7.26. Cannot go wrong. Yeah, this has been a long episode, so I promise for the next episode, we will start off with our youth intake. It's not really all that impressive, so it's not going to take a lot of time, but we're already at like 25 minutes on this episode. ELVERSBERG, after that match, sitting on 40 points after 30. There are 4 left to play, and we are in 10th place. So we are officially, right now, as of this moment, a top half team, and we are within the sight of Wiesbaden, of Wolfsburg, of Günter Fürth, and even Darmstadt. Obviously, getting promoted this year is out of the cards, but we are getting closer and closer and really building towards making a great foundation for next season. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit the like, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I look forward to seeing you back next time for more South by Südwest. Until then, bye-bye.